Hello again, I'm Justin LeBar from TribLive.com. It's that time of the week. Let's go around the Berg to your starting lineup of Pittsburgh sports news. Just when the Penguins thought they had center Jordan Staal back and healthy, a freak accident changes all of that.
What you're looking for from Jordan Staal now is more recovery time. Possibly the bright side of this is he's not going to be really worried about that foot at all by the time he comes back, because he's going to be able to train while he recovers from this injury. Remember, Staal's missed the entire offseason of training because of the right foot infection, so this could be a blessing in disguise. Now, who's it really a blessing for? HBO Sports. They've got the 24/7 Penguins Capital Winter Classic show airing in December. It's going to be filmed over those months, and the one thing they'll have right now is Jordan Staal's recovery at the forefront of that production. So good for you, HBO.
And the HBO 24/7 Road to the Winter Classic debuts on November 20th, only on HBO. Well, the Pittsburgh Steelers, they have been doing some traveling. 2 weeks ago, grabbing a win in Miami, but last week they visited the defending Super Bowl champions and the New Orleans Saints. The Steelers secondary faced what seemed to be a nightmare of a passing offense when Drew Brees, 44 passing attempts, completed 34 of them for 305 yards, 2 touchdowns. So I asked the Steelers beat writers, Mark Caboli and Scott Brown, should we be concerned about the Steelers secondary defense, and what do we look for in the game against the Cincinnati Bengals?
First of all, the Saints are very good. That's what they do. They like to pass the ball like that. And Dick LeBeau's defense, what they do is they don't want anything to get behind you. And when you do something like that, you're going to have a lot of these underneath passes, a lot of high completion percentage. And that's fine. That's how the Steelers are. They're going to have a bend but not break mentality, and especially when you throw in that the teams can't run the ball against the Steelers. You're going to get numbers like the 25th ranked defense in the league against the pass, but they are number 1 against the run, and you're just going to have to deal with that.
I think they're going to face a desperate Bengals team this Monday night. The Bengals are on a 4-game losing streak. If they lose this game, that'll drop them to 2-6 in the division, and they'll basically play the second half of the season just playing out the string, maybe trying to save Marvin Lewis's job. So you're going to see a Bengals team that's going to come out and throw everything they can at the Steelers. On the other hand, the Steelers are not going to take this team lightly. They lost both games to the Bengals last year, a rare season sweep by Cincinnati. And the Steelers, they will have a sense of urgency too, coming off the loss to the Saints. Mike Tomlin has said they need to, if they want to be great, they need to play well and win on the road. And this will be a good test for them after losing last week in the Superdome.
And Pitt Panthers football, they just keep on rolling through the Big East. Now 3-0 in Big East play. They beat the Louisville Cardinals last week 20-3. In their play against the Big East, they've scored a total of 106 points on offense. We go to Pitt beat writer John Grupp to ask, is this undefeated streak a showing of how good the Panthers really are, or is the Big East just not bringing their best competition?
They've beaten the 2 teams that are directly behind them. All along we've said let's wait and see how the Big East does this year in some non-conference games before we judge them. I think we've seen that they're not as good as they've been in the past, and Pitt, to their credit, has taken advantage of it. They've never won an outright Big East title. They've never won more than 5 Big East games in a season. Both of those goals are certainly well within reach this year.
Pitt football is off this week. They return on November 11th as they visit Big East rival UConn. High school football playoffs begin this weekend. Be sure to check out the high school page on TribLive.com. Cameron Clay is going to have previews and highlights coming up this weekend. That's going to do it for this week's starting lineup in Pittsburgh sports news. Be sure to pick up the Tribune Review and the Trib PM on newsstands everywhere. And as always, keep it right here on TribLive.com.